Hi everyone, Naga News episode. Well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is my little sprouts, my seedlings are still sprouting and doing their thing. The problem is, the bad news is a long time ago I was told when one makes compost tea, which is basically a compost liquid that's leached out of the compost itself, it's all the moisture and so forth that collects and then settles into like a reservoir, and people collect that. It's called compost tea, and it's used to basically water everything, all of your vegetables, your uh, annuals, your perennials, everything. Compost tea you can use for anything. The problem is that I was led to believe that doesn't matter what strength it is, it's kind of foolproof. Well, it's not foolproof, as I found out the hard way. I'll show you. This is my Naga, or one of them. Sorry. And as you can see, I don't know how well you can see it because this is a cheapo camera, but you can see these. The first set of leaves are wilting and they're looking pretty shabby. Thankfully, this one looks like it survived, but there's a couple of other ones. My 7-pot Jonah, the first set of leaves are dying off. Hopefully that one will survive. That one took some damage. This is one of my Dottles. Thankfully it looks like it survived. That's one of the scorpions from Refining Fire Chili. It got hit pretty hard, and it looks like it's actually dying. I don't even know if that's going to make it. That's one of the scorpions, by the way. This one's a boot jalokia. A couple of them, thankfully, it looks like one took it hard, one survived. So we're just going to keep watching those. Another scorp. This one's from the Hippie Seed Company. That one was so small, I'm shocked that it's even alive, but it looks like it's still alive. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Another scorp from Refining Fire Chilies. That one looks like it'll survive. A Dottle. Looks like they are hit pretty good. And finally, we got a Y7 here. And you can see the lower leaves are starting to fall off, but it looks like it survived overall, thankfully. So I have them under 24-hour. I believe these are T8 2-foot fluorescent lights. So that's what I went and did. Sorry, that's what I went and did to my babies, is I basically almost killed them. I'm here to tell you that maybe the compost tea information that I got was true and correct, but maybe it was slightly off. Maybe you do have to treat it like it's a normal fertilizer and measure your measurements. You know, like, for example, some of the fertilizers use a 1/2 to 1 teaspoon per gallon. This one, I would believe, my personal belief is I'm going to use maybe a quarter of that, quarter teaspoon per gallon, or maybe even less, 1/8 of a teaspoon per gallon, because this stuff is so potent. But live and learn. It almost ruined my chili pepper season. Thankfully, I have a few more, and we'll show you those. Hold on one second. I got to flip this monitor around because I'm using this goofy camera again. And they're down inside here. I don't know if you can see them real good, but those are looking much, much better, much like the other ones used to. And as you can see, I'm going to leave them in here, and I'm leaving them in here until they get very big and lush. And there's some of my normal garden vegetables that are starting to sprout. But I'm going to leave them in there, and I'm going to leave these other ones under the light, and hopefully we'll get most of them back, 99% of them back. But boy, I made a boo-boo, and I'll never do that again. Never, never, never. So be careful with your fertilizers, no matter whether they're natural or store-bought type, you know, the ones that are made by a chemical company. It doesn't matter where you get your fertilizer, just be cautious with your fertilizer. I was not cautious with it. This is like my first year experience with ultra hot peppers and growing them in bulk. And this isn't this isn't even bulk. I consider what other guys are doing bulk, like, you know, having whole greenhouses grow thousands upon thousands of plants. So my learning experience, I'm finding that, you know, there's certain things you have to be careful about, or else you'll kill them. So live and learn. I hope this helps others. Please be very careful with your ferts and use them sparingly. You know, I mean, what else can I say? Thankfully, they didn't all die. Anyhow, we'll be back. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Take care. Here's another boot jalokia that almost died. I don't know if you can see the leaves, but thankfully the main true leaves are coming out okay. So hopefully that one will survive. I have another Habanaga here, and I got two in there. Both of them survived, and I got a bit jalokia, two of those, and both of those look like they survived as well. So be very careful with your fertilizers, or you'll be sorry. And finally, I just thought I'd show you guys my Habanaga. This is Mama Habanaga. I grew this last year, and it gave me some hellaciously hot, super hot pods. As you can see, they're growing wonderfully, or it's growing wonderfully, I should say. And I don't know if those are little fruits or not, but you can barely see them. We'll see. But we're starting to bulk up and get bigger leaf, so I don't know how big they're going to be, but hopefully they'll be as big as Neil Smith's of the Hippie Seed Companies, his Trinidad Scorpion. You take care, and hopefully we'll be back with some more Naga news.